Khalifa. On today's episode, the last day of a 22-year prison sentence. Kenji Barnett, please introduce yourself to the California Island podcast listeners.
Hello. Thank you for having me. It's a real honor. My name is Kenji Barnett, but within these walls, I'm known as PT.
Kenji Barnett, the first thing I would like to ask you is, at what age were you incarcerated, and how long have you been down?
I was 18 years old when I was incarcerated on August 22nd, 1998. 6 months later, I was sentenced to 22 years in prison for attempted murder. And now, 20 years later, I'm on my last day here with you, prepared for the second half of my life.
One of the most powerful moments I've experienced in prison was when one of our peers, after serving 12 years, decided to write a reflection of all that he had learned. He wrote this on his last night in prison and slid it under my cell door the morning he left. I'm hoping to recreate that magic here with this interview. Kenji, can you take a moment to reflect on the entirety of what you have been through, sharing with us wisdom and lessons learned?
Well, the list of things I've experienced over the past 20 years is quite long and considered normal within these walls. Most, if not all, were negative, including a dozen or more riots with everyone, prison guards, other races, even black on black, which taught me that peace is priceless, fragile, and oftentimes as mystic as a unicorn. But of all I had to endure, my 6 years in solitary confinement was the hardest of all. No phone calls or human contact is soul-crushing. When it was said that solitary confinement is the cruelest of punishments, I know that firsthand that is even an understatement. The experience and 20 years in prison showed me how resilient the human spirit is. Through reading and educating myself, I learned that I can be greater than my circumstances, no matter what they are. In addition to that, I grew to understand that I had to want better and do better if I wanted better in life. Life has never been fair, nor will it ever be. So you just got to know that for every single struggle you go through and suffer, it will only make you that much stronger.
Today I watched you receive a Spotlight Award for your contribution to our prison community here on California Island. What does this honor mean to you, and how does it make you feel?
It means a great deal because I know that every act of kindness betters the world, and that I can and will be a benefit to whatever community I am in, and not a liability.
Is there anything the world should know about the man being released back into its realm?
The world should know this man is far different than the boy who entered the prison system 2 decades ago, and that I'm no longer a threat to the community, but instead will be a great asset given the opportunity.
How do you view family versus friends?
To me, true friends are family, and family is priceless. My greatest regret is not being there and being who my family needed. I wasn't a father to my daughter, who was born while I was locked up. I wasn't a big brother to my siblings, an uncle to their kids, nor an eldest child to my mother, whom I lost 3 years ago. We have to cherish our true friends and family, never take them for granted, nor misuse them or mistreat them.
How do you plan to benefit the community you are going to be a part of?
First, I have to get myself together, give myself a solid and sound foundation, then I can be beneficial. Once that has happened, I want to speak to kids at schools and community centers to tell them the truth about life. And I want to have 2 nonprofit organizations to teach underprivileged children business, innovation, and development of technology. Second, I would like to have a center for struggling single-parent families that house them for free while the parents are taught and certified in vocational trades and technology, and help them place with a job and in their own home or apartment.
You are speaking to thousands of teenagers in the community right now. What message would you like to share with them?
I would like to share with them that everything that glitters isn't gold, and if you want more out of life, You have to put something more into it, that there is more to life than the streets, drugs, and wilding out. And lastly, I want to tell them that athletic and musical careers are great, but those people work for other people.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Work for yourself and own those record labels and sports teams. The only person that can stop you from succeeding is you. So ignore the negativity and trust and believe in yourself. If anyone has discouraged you from becoming great, shake them haters, because they are not true friends.
Kenji Barnett, thank you for being on the show. You are going to be a beacon of light for future generations of Californians being released from prison one day soon. Please make your path a good one to follow. California Island, that was Kenji Barnett. Stay blessed.